Okay, you ready? Let me just start at the top. Okay. The time to probe Uranus is now.
Excuse me. Yeah, no. It's pronounced Uranus or Uranus, not Uranus.
What? What are you talking about? Everybody says Uranus.
Just because everybody does it doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, but come on. It kind of like eliminates this whole double entendre thing, you know, that I was going with, right?
Yeah, I don't care. This is a serious channel. We do serious space education.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Why don't you just tell them that we're sending a probe to
Uranus? Come on, it's funny.
No, absolutely not. You're disgusting. You're like working with a 12-year-old. You know that? You know what? I'm done. You are unprofessional. You're disrespectful.
Come on,
and I can't handle it anymore.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Jeez. It's a joke. Why don't we just roll the intro? Hey guys, Tori here from Overlook Horizon. If you're new to the channel, we fly high-altitude weather balloon flights to the edge of space and back, and along the way we talk about space, science, and technology. So, if that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing. Today we're talking about planetary alignment, specifically with our outer planets of Neptune and Uranus, because in 2031 we will have a unique opportunity to take a deep dive and really study planets like Uranus. You see, we've only ever sent a spacecraft to these planets once, and that was Voyager 2, which did a quick flyby way back in 1986 and 1989 for both Uranus and Neptune. Now, trying to get a spacecraft all the way out to Uranus or Neptune takes a lot of fuel, but fortunately there is a planetary alignment coming up in 2031 that would allow a spacecraft to use Jupiter's gravity as a gravity assist. Now, what that means is that they could send a spacecraft towards Jupiter and use Jupiter's gravity to pull the spacecraft in, and as that spacecraft comes in faster and faster, it will steal some of that energy from Jupiter's gravitational pull and use it to fly on to Neptune or Uranus. Now, as I mentioned, Voyager 2 did a quick flyby of those planets way back in the 80s, but one thing that's been on scientists' wish lists for many years is actually placing a spacecraft into orbit. Now, with a combination of modern technology and perfect planetary alignment, we could get a spacecraft in orbit around one of these far-off planets to study things like their atmosphere or their rings or their moons and maybe some oceans that might be on them. And this would be a really cool opportunity to try to figure out some things about these distant planets, like why Neptune is warmer than Uranus even though it's farther away, or why Uranus has a weird magnetic field that's actually tilted relative to the planet's rotational axis. But if this is something we're going to take advantage of, NASA needs to make it a priority now. That's because a spacecraft of this nature would take millions and millions and years of development work just to be ready for 2031. Now, NASA could do that a number of ways, by building it in-house, maybe using some commercial partners, or partnering with another organization like the European Space Agency. But either way, they would have to make a decision and direct funding towards the project. And that's where the hard part is, because getting funding for a project like this is difficult because it's going to be competing with other NASA projects that are maybe a little more high profile, like maybe a Mars sample return or going to study the atmosphere of Venus. Those things are a little closer to home, and so it's easier to maybe see the benefits for the public. And plus you have immature people that'll just make jokes about sending a mission to Uranus. Time is ticking, and this is something that they really should get on. These things don't come around very often, and even if they do launch in 2031, it would still take about 12 years before a spacecraft actually got to its destination and could start performing scientific missions. If we miss this opportunity, the next chance to get out there with current technology is not until the mid-2040s. Alternatively, NASA could use a more powerful rocket like the SLS platform, but, well, we don't know what's happening with that. So what do you guys think about this? Should NASA make this a priority, or should they focus their time, energy, and money on other projects like Mars missions? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. All right, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you on the next video.